Your cat just froze, eyes locked on an empty corner of the room. No sound, no movement, nothing you can see. But something is there, and your cat knows it. Scientists have spent decades trying to explain this exact moment, and what they found is stranger than any ghost story. By the end of this video, you will never look at your cat staring into nothing the same way again. It happens at night usually. The house is quiet. You're on the couch, half asleep, and your cat is curled up beside you. Then it stops breathing, not literally, but it feels that way. Its head snaps toward the hallway, pupils blown wide. Ears rotate like satellite dishes, locking onto a single point in space. You look. There's nothing there. You wave a hand in front of its face, no reaction. Whatever it's looking at, it is not looking at you. For centuries, humans had one explanation for this. The cat sees spirits, ghosts, something crossing between worlds that we are simply not equipped to perceive. But here's the unsettling part. The real explanation isn't supernatural, it's biological. And in some ways, it's even harder to sit with, because it means there is a world inside your home, happening every single day that your own senses are too dull to register. To understand what your cat is actually doing, you have to understand something uncomfortable. Cats are not experiencing the same room you are. They are experiencing a completely different version of reality, built from senses you barely use. Start with hearing. Humans top out around 20,000 hertz. Cats can detect sound up to 64,000 hertz, more than 3 times higher than us, and even sharper than most dogs. That range happens to overlap almost perfectly with the frequencies small rodents use to communicate. A mouse moving inside a wall, an insect shifting in a vent, a sound so faint and so high-pitched it never reaches your conscious awareness. But to your cat, it's a siren. Then there's the eyes. Cat pupils can dilate far wider than ours, and their retinas are packed with a reflective layer called the tapetum lucidum, the same structure that makes their eyes glow in photos. It bounces light back through the retina a second time, giving them dramatically better night vision. In near total darkness, your cat may be picking up faint movement, a shifting shadow, a moth, dust caught in an air current, that to you simply looks like an empty wall. And then there are the whiskers. Most people think whiskers are just for measuring tight spaces. They're not. Whiskers are pressure sensors so refined they can detect tiny shifts in air current. The kind of disturbance caused by something moving several feet away, even something you can't see or hear, a draft from an HVAC vent, the faint air pressure change of an insect's wing beat. Your cat isn't imagining a presence, it's feeling one. So already 3 senses, hearing, night vision, and air pressure detection, are operating in ranges your body simply does not have access to. The corner isn't empty, it's just empty to you. Here's where most videos on this topic stop. But this is where it actually gets interesting, because sensory range alone doesn't explain everything researchers have observed. Cats have been recorded reacting to corners with no detectable sound, no airflow, no insects, nothing on thermal cameras, and in some of these cases, scientists believe the explanation isn't something in the room at all, it's something happening inside the cat's brain. It's called pareidolia, the same phenomenon that makes humans see faces in clouds or hear voices in static. Except in predator species like cats, this glitch is wired specifically toward detecting prey. A shadow shifting slightly, a flicker of light through a curtain, a speck of dust catching a sunbeam at just the right angle. To a brain evolved to never miss a meal, an ambiguous flicker isn't ignored. It's treated as a potential threat or potential prey until proven otherwise. And then there's something even stranger, a behavior researchers call phantom hunting. Cats, even well-fed, fully domesticated cats, will sometimes lock onto a specific point and go through the entire predatory sequence. Freeze, stalk, crouch, tail twitch, with no actual target present. Some researchers believe this is leftover circuitry from a hunting drive, so strong it doesn't fully switch off, even with no prey in sight. The behavior fires whether or not there's something real to chase. In other words, sometimes there genuinely is something there that you cannot perceive. And sometimes there is nothing there at all, and your cat's brain is hunting a ghost of its own making. Both explanations are true, and neither one is comforting. But here's the part almost nobody talks about, the part that should genuinely unsettle you. Your cat is never fully off. Even asleep on your lap, purring, completely relaxed, Its nervous system is still running a constant low-level threat scan of the environment. Scientists call this hypervigilance, and it's a survival trait inherited from cats' wild ancestors, who were both predator and prey. A small cat in the wild has to watch for birds of prey from above while hunting rodents below. There is no version of fully at rest in that evolutionary history. So the modern house cat, your house cat, still carries that always-on circuitry, even though the threats it evolved for no longer exist in your living room. Which means every time your cat stares into an empty corner, you're not just watching curiosity. You're watching an ancient survival algorithm, refined over millions of years, still running, scanning a room you think is empty for threats that mostly stopped existing thousands of years ago. And the truly strange part? Humans have a faded version of the same circuitry. It's why a creaking floorboard at 3 a.m. makes your skin crawl even though you know it's just the house settling. The difference is, evolution mostly switched that system off in us. In cats, it never did. So when your cat freezes and stares at nothing, it's not seeing a ghost. It's running code older than your house, older than your species' fear of the dark, older than the idea of ghosts itself. It's a survival machine that was never told the war ended. So the next time your cat locks eyes on an empty corner at 2 a.m., remember this. It might be hearing something at a frequency you'll never perceive. It might be feeling air currents your skin is too dull to register. Or it might be running a hunting program from 10,000 years ago, chasing something that was never really there. Either way, you're not living with a pet that sees ghosts. You're living with a small, perfectly tuned survival machine that never got the memo that it's safe now. If your cat has ever frozen and stared at something you couldn't see, tell me about it in the comments. I want to hear the moment that gave you chills. And if this kind of dark animal science fascinates you, subscribe. Because next time, we're going somewhere even stranger. The real reason cats purr, and why some scientists think it might be a survival tool, not an emotion.